What's up, guys? Welcome back. Jando here as per usual, and something absolutely insane happened that I need to show you guys right now. So I'm not sure if you can read that, but I just got invited to OpenAI's GPT-4 program, and oh my god, I've been playing with it this weekend. It is just as good as they are saying it is, if not even better. So on today's video, I want to talk about something, I guess more on the side of AI security and all this other stuff. Believe it or not, in college, I was writing papers on AI security. I know, I don't even kind of believe that, but I want to, whiteboard. But today I want to talk about an idea that I have floating in my head, and this is the reason why I know AI can never technically replace people. And let me get this in your head too, just so this makes sense. Okay, second try, because I just tried to explain this and it kind of works. But let me explain this while I'm drawing this graph to try to get it into the heads of what I think is the difference between current AI and, like, I guess humans in that same sense. We're getting to a point where these new text transformers, and this is one of those things I like to say, what is the difference between a brain and something that predicts a word? I know everyone's saying these things, and obviously I'm not saying that AI is sentient yet, but the more we build on this technology in the future, I don't know, it's going to be GPT-5, GPT-6, GPT-57, who knows? But the biggest difference between that is, I mean, can you really tell me a difference between your brain and then the brain of something that's trying to predict the next word based on things it used to know or knew? You can, and this is what I'm trying to say. So there is a distinct difference. Let's imagine for a second this right here, this line, and I'll put it on a graph in a second, but this line is all of the information a human knows. It's a curve of information. Each one of these spots on this line, you can mark out a bunch of dashes, is a specific, like, skill or something that you know. This is like how to bike or something, how to ride a bike, sure? On this line, and you could maybe make a graph out of this or something, but this is all the information that a human has and knows. And now this is where the difference between humans and AI comes in. We're still analog systems in theory, just with the way electricity, all the stuff in our brain works, but computers are not analog devices, they are digital devices. And by being digital, that means they have steps. So in their knowledge, there are specific steps and there's specific points where they know information. So only on these specific points do they actually have accurate information about the world, if that makes any sense. Now, the reason why GPT-3 and GPT-4 and GPT everything is getting insane, because in the past, these steps that the information of the AI used to know were really spread out and really sparse, so they'd only know one thing here, one thing here, one thing here. But by giving it the whole access to the internet and all this, we are making these steps super tiny on this line, almost to a point where you can't tell the difference between a human and an AI now. As crazy as that sounds. And that's why it's always going to be a collaborative task between AIs and humans to solve problems and do things, at least in my head. But this is the end of the day. This is the only thing we really have beating the AI in that fact, that we can see outside of these digital yeses or nos. Now, but that's my kind of 2 cents on it. And I know I've had a bunch of conversations even this weekend after I told people I have access to the new one. Speaking of which, we already got it doing a bunch of cool things, and I found an even cooler way to talk to this thing. I can't wait. Next week's video already, sorry, I'm plugging next week's video in this week's video right now because I'll have more time to go back and play in. But we are going to be making some very cool things. The whole chess thing already works again. I have all these other transformer bots working, and we're currently rebuilding that app that studied with the AI app in a 2nd generation. The idea is we want to have the first almost like Jupyter notebook for AI prompt completion, and if I can make that work, Also, quick side note and a quick plug. If you want to ask ChatGPT something, not ChatGPT, GPT-4 something, put a comment down below. I'm going to be doing a bunch of them, and I'm going to bring them up in next week's video. If not, maybe a video before that, because this stuff is absolute insanity. But back to the point here. The biggest reason why AI is always going to need humans, to the end of the day, to some extent, is we're always going to be able to make this reference and this inference between these 2 points at a better level, especially when the little dots are getting small and stuff like that. It's down to even like a atom level, maybe. I don't know, but it's one of those things until we get the GPT-4 running on like quantum computers. I don't want to. That goes even further. I've actually played with them when I was working at IBM. Did I ever even tell you? Side note, and I guess this is a little backstory and lore because I try to keep all my other stuff out of it. But at one point in the recent past, I used to work at IBM, and I had a weird chance during some of the hours that they gave us for just learning and allocation, where I just funneled all of that into quantum computing and Qiskit. So I've been playing with this stuff for time crystals, it's absolute insanity what's going on in the world right now. But let me show you quick some of the new stuff I got done with GPT-4. Yeah. But you'll see right here, we now have access to the GPT-4 models, and I was able to instantly hook the chessboard, all the program and everything I was doing before, playing chess with GPT and doing all this other stuff, and it works just as well. And this is a little bit of the new sauce that I want to share right now, that I found a way to speak to GPT-4 in its own language. There's all this compression that goes in the background, and I didn't really know this was a thing, but there's compression that it takes the prompts from GPT-4, and all that GPT sees is these kind of numbers coming off of this stuff. So I have an idea with actually talking to GPT in its own language. There might be some even cooler stuff we could do in the future. Might have found some interesting things that this does, but yeah. And here's another perfect example. So the code originally from the chessboard that I was using for the ChatGPT support, I just one-to-one copy pasted in here, and it spit me out the new version that I would need to use for the new ChatGPT format, which is so cool. But I think that's about it for this week's video. I want to say thank you guys as always. It's always counted up, and I love this. You don't know what that is? That's my sub counter. But I really appreciate you guys, and I thank you guys for watching. Next week we're gonna have a bunch of cool stuff out, including that thing I want to get done with the Jupyter notebooks with StudyWith.ai. So if that's all gets done, oh my god, it's gonna be going everywhere. Might be some printing some stuff, might be doing some other stuff, but this is way too cool not to give you guys an update on. I have GPT-4 now, and we are going to be pushing the boundaries of 4. There's already so many cool things that you can do with it that you couldn't even do with 3.5 and all this. It just works, kind of thing. I'm so excited, so I'm gonna take the rest of this time. Short video this week, I know, but we're coming back with some of the coolest tech that's in existence right now. Microsoft paid $10 billion for it. I got it for free. Kind of. But that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys. Bye, guys.